By the way, Jamie, today is also my seniority date, except mine is 29 years ago. Okay, I'll take you for a quick tour through the StressAssess website, and since we don't have internet here, I'll have to do it with screenshots. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you come on. There's two additions. The personal, I should mention, this work could not have been done without the help of the CCOHS, and I need to recognize them. And also, it could not have been done without the help of the OHCOW International Network and all the resources they provide, and also the Mental Injury Tool Group who put all these things together also. So there's two editions, the personal edition and the workplace edition. I'll start with the personal edition because that's the easiest. You can do it in French or English right now, but we haven't translated the reports, so while you can answer the questions in French, your report is still English, and we're still working on that. There's a lot of things we're still working on. So you start the survey, you get the questions, do you get behind with your work, and this is my answer. But again, emotional demands, you go through the whole survey, and these are the last couple questions, and then congratulations, you've completed the survey, and then you get your results. And your results, there's a legend here that shows you how you compare to the national average. This goes back to the ECOS survey that we talked about this morning. And then you have the different groupings. And these are the old groupings, not the ones on your blue card. But the way the OHCOW was originally set up. And it's work demands, work organization, relationships, job insecurity, workplace values, health and safety environment. This was not in the OHCOW, but we added this one. Then job satisfaction, work-life conflicts, symptoms, health status, and offensive behaviors. And this is what the results look like. Again, it's colored by this legend. And with each of them, you have a little light bulb, and if you click on it, up pops some ideas on how to deal with this problem. A lot of these solutions came from the ILO checkpoint document. Now, if you want a permanent copy, you can download into a portable document format, PDF. And this is what it looks like. For each one, it has all the suggestions, so it's quite long. But it also has this matrix at the bottom. We're still working on formatting things, but you can see how you rate on all these various factors. So you can see I only have one red one. And the other thing you can do is you can add your personal results to a national survey. I'm still uncomfortable with the national survey, but that was Sue's idea. Let's have a national survey. Anybody who fills it out can submit. So that's what we call it. And we want to make sure that you want to, this website is secure, and your results are not used unless you doubly confirm that you want to submit your results. So, and so then we have a few extra questions about which economic sector you're in, gender, age, whether or not you're in a union, size of the workplace, the type of work arrangement you have, full-time, part-time, casual, seasonal, temp, and then how long you've been in your position, and also your location, whether you're in Canada or somewhere else. Now, the other version, the workplace edition, this is set up so that you want to organize doing a survey in a workplace. So you're signing up as the coordinator. So when you're getting started, you don't, just to get in, you don't have to commit to it because there are some interesting things in that portion. But the idea is that you're thinking about administering the survey. And so we have a section that's called Getting Started. And we have a 5-step approach. And this is a wheel that we learned to set up the hard way by not doing it. And we've done this survey in about 150 workplaces. And at the beginning when we started, a lot of times we jumped into the assessment before people prepared for it. And as Hannah described, I don't know if you said it here or privately, but when they do a survey in a workplace, they draw up a contract with the organization saying this is what we'll do and these are the people who are committed beforehand, and they charge for it, right?
Well, it depends. But
it depends.
We are actually doing the surveys for the occupational health services.
Oh, okay.
They are charging.
Oh, somebody's charging.
Yeah.
But so. Yeah, so we really learned from our experience that people have to understand what they're getting into, and there's a lot to learn, as we've seen today. And you need to get all your ducks in a row. You need to organize who's going to do what and who's responsible for which before you do the assessment and the change and evaluate. And again, it's the continual improvement circle. Now, our getting started is kind of set up into these 4 levels, and the first one is learn, familiarize with the basics, deepen your understanding, etc. And we also have videos for people who don't like to read and want to watch. The next one is organize. You can't do it alone, and I think what Jamie was talking about, communities, it's interesting to see how our experiences are the same, no matter with Manitoba, Sweden, or Ontario. I don't know who that guy with the beard is, but there's a video on how to organize to do a survey. Then assess, select your tools, be careful not to let the tools overtake the process. And here we have a kind of process, and this is worked into a wizard into the website that tells you to lay the groundwork, make an announcement, do the distribution, the first reminder, second reminder, final notice, and the closing steps. And there's kind of a phased approach, and there's also suggested language that you can use to write those reminders. Then there's change, getting ideas for what to do and how to change things. And here again we have Deb Gordon from OHCOW. She headed up a project where we did this survey in 50 of the workplaces that she represents. And so she has a lot of experience on what to do after you've got the survey results. And then give it some time and then evaluate to see if it works. And that's essentially, you start the journey all over again, because after you evaluate, you've learned something new and you need to organize around it and assess and change. Now, that's the overall picture of it. Once you want to set up the survey, you need to log in and create an account. It doesn't cost anything. And we actually, in order to promote collaboration, we allow 2 administrators, so hopefully there's co-administrators. And then you have your screen here where your surveys are. And again, it goes through preparing for the survey. We kind of beat this to death. Don't jump into the survey, prepare for it first. And this is the, here we'll be working across here, the announcement that a survey is coming. And then there's posters and things like that you can download and use in the workplace to announce this thing. Then here again, you can put 2 administrators in there and pick your survey, set up the number of participants, the start and finish date, and you can add the number of departments if you want to break it down into subgroups. And then you pick the content, the optional content. A lot of this is demographics. In a small workplace, you don't want to use too many demographics, because then people get paranoid that somebody can figure out who they are. And then you get a test link where you can try out the survey, make sure that it's doing what you want. If not, you can adjust it. And then you launch the survey. and then you, again, have a link that you send to all your people, and once you have the reminders again, and then you have a dashboard where you can see the start date, the end date, and how many people have participated so far and completed the survey. So you can watch this circle. You can't tell who has done the survey, but you can tell the number of completed surveys so far. And then you get your results. And it's the same idea as the personal one, but it's a much longer report. So I'll keep it short this time. Last time I went over, this time I'm done early. So it's a tool to help you on your journey, and try it out, explore it, and let us know if you need any help or if you notice any bugs yet, because we're still working them out. Thank you.